after that, you would see like a lot of other stuff that like popped up, and like I remember like you would went to like movie theater arcades, or like you went up to like in Reno or Vegas where they had like Circus like way back then, and like Boomtown and all that stuff. Like then you had like yeah, you didn't see like the Neo Geo cabs as much as like really big places like that because you had all the extravagant shit coming out there. Like you would have like I remember seeing Killer Instinct at the you know the old Century Theaters in Vallejo. I remember first time I saw Killer Instinct was there, and there was like a line of like 35 people, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
You remember when KI2 hit? KI2 was fucking huge, man. KI2 was out around the same time Marvel 1 came out. And I remember I went to Louisiana to visit my family, and my cousin, he took me to an arcade down there. And that was the first time I played Marvel 1. I walked in there, and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Because, I mean, before that, I had only played Marvel Superhero, War of the Gems.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this shit's cool. So I was in there looking for that. And then I run into this shit, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? What do you mean you get 2 characters? What do you mean you get an assist? What is this? You know what I'm saying?
You know, it was serious as fuck. I remember this cabinet very fondly because it was like the most epic fucking arcade machine I have ever seen in my whole life, bar none. Like, alright, this was at Circus in like 97 or something. Like I was like I walked around there, I was like playing like random arcade games back then. Like I walked on like where they had like the main floor where they had like all the new games they had, like not like they had like the little arcade section and everything.
Right.
But they also had like they had like all the new games like out on display and everything.
Right.
Dude, I walk over, I like turn to my left, and I just hear like an announcer screaming because like they turned the cabs all the way up. You saw like a screen like here, like here, that fucking big, and it was like X-Men versus Street Fighter. And I was like, oh my fucking god,
Yeah.
that shit is gigantic.
Yeah. The Qzar, when I lived in Arkansas, kind of had something like that. It was before X-Men vs. Street Fighter. It was when fucking 2 Turbo just came out, and they had a huge ass showcase setup for that. And like back in the day, showcase setups were retarded, man. Like as big as your X-Men vs. Street Fighter one was probably as big as the Super 2. I mean the Turbo one was. What's it?
You know what? I don't actually remember that many ST cabs. Like, it's weird because like I heard about the game being all over the place, and I like remember reading about it in magazines, but I never saw it.
Yeah, ST wasn't really that popular back in the day compared to like Hyper Fighting. I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because I didn't see ST in an arcade for hella long. I do remember seeing SF3 New Generation when it first came out, dude. And I remember seeing like some really cabinets that had like a bunch of people for like that, and like Vampire Hunter and like Alpha 2.
I never saw a Darkstalkers cab.
And really, I remember, dude. There was like 3 Darkstalkers cabs in Vallejo.
I never
Saw
one.
like you know on Springs Road, like going down the street from like your onto like insurance place and everything. The round table on there, they had KI, they had a Neo Geo cab, and they had fucking Darkstalkers. I never saw Savior at anywhere, but like I saw like Hunter like all over the damn place.
I never saw it anywhere. Never once.
I never understood how to play that game back then. I was like, oh, this game is cool.
I knew there were chain combos, and I knew people had supers, but yeah, I didn't get like into it till later. Like when I actually like when the internet started becoming the internet, and like you saw random videos of like tournaments and shit that popped up. One of the first ones I saw was it was Daigo actually playing somebody, and I think it was Savior actually. And I was like, what the fuck are these guys doing? I'm like, I know this game moved that fast. You could do all this shit. And then like I picked it up and I was just like, oh, this is fun. I didn't know I had chain combos. I didn't know these existed. And then from then on I was like, this game is fun. But I could never play it because I never picked up that pace. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, if you watch like Hyper Fighting videos or ST videos and all that shit, like the pace of games was fucking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was like ridiculous. I never got on that pace. You know what I'm saying? Never did. I can't think that fast. I mean, I can't think smart that fast.
You have to in some games.
Yeah. Like, like Alpha 3 and all those games where like the speed was like a big factor. And the fact that it was that fast kind of made shit harder because you got to make decisions on the fly. Like now, people play Street Fighter 4 and they're like, oh, blah, 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 I wish the game was faster. But I'm like, do you know what happens when the game's faster? Reversal time goes from 5 seconds to like half a second.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? And shit gets stupid. But that's what I miss. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I came up and I was watching guys play, I was like, man, these guys are good. They're good because...
What the fuck happened?
What do you mean what the fuck happened?
What the fuck happened this about, like, taking it, like...
Oh,
police and shit.
all right. So.
Should I record this?
Sure, go
The
ahead.
epic JP story.
All right, so my friends and I were in the car, right? And then we were at St. Catherine's, so we were like right in front of the church, and we were just talking. And then I had to go to Solano, and they were like, "Oh, JP, why don't you just drop us off to church?" I'm like, "Dude, it's fucking downstairs. Just go fucking walk, right?" So, and they were like, "Oh no, forget that. Just drive." So I'm like, once I start this car, you guys are going with me to Solano. And I wasn't bluffing, but they thought I was. So I exit, and then I make a left on Tennessee Street to the stoplight. And they finally gave up and walked out.
Right.
But then one of them tried to be a smartass and take my backpack. Yeah. And he thought it was hella cool and shit. So once I found out, I had to drive back all the way to the church. Right? And then I was at the entrance at the main gate. And then I stopped the car right in front of the main gate and stuff, and then it looked like we were having this like big ass brawl, and like it looked like I was stealing someone's car because one of them went into my car and tried to be smart and drive the car off somewhere else.
Right.
So I knocked one of them down, took my backpack, dipped to my car, hit my friend's head on my steering wheel, and then pulled him out of the car.
Oh my god.
GTA!
Right?
Yeah.
And y'all say
That.
I'm the rowdy one. Like, really? Dude, no, keep recording.
All right, anyways.
Keep recording.
Anyways, that part was real.
Right.
Alright. And then what I had told, and then I went to school, like the cop part never happened, right? The cop part never happened, but I went to school and I was late, and then the teacher hella got at me for it. So I was hella mad. So they asked me about what happened and stuff like that, and then I told them, I tweeted hella shit about this cop chasing me down. I told them the whole story about how the cop chased me all the way to the other side of the park, all the way to the other side of town, stopped me, pulled me out of the car, and cuffed me as he was questioning me. And I guilted them so much that they actually pulled out their money and are deciding to go to court with me to testify.
Are you serious?
To help
Wow.
testify. The thing is, they don't know yet that it's all fake.
This man.
So yeah.
Wow.
This man is amazing. JP, you are the best. Troll like there's no fucking tomorrow. That shit's amazing.
Fucking punk me, I'm gonna hit you all tenfold. Believe that.
Shoot. And
That's like
Well, should I even?
Eisen's here.
Yeah.
Fucking no, like no. You thought you were trolling? Nah, nigga.
I'm so proud of him. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay if JP did it.
I don't even know if I should upload this now.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know, you thought it was cool.
If we flip the story though, like if it was me who had told this story, it would have been different. Like right now, I'm like,
hell
yeah,
yeah,
good
hell
shit,
yeah,
JP.
would have been different.
Yeah, me, oh CJ, you're a fucking asshole. Why would you beat people up? You know what I'm saying? Like, no. That just proves that sometimes people deserve that shit, okay? Violence is the answer sometimes. It is.
Violence is
So I feel-
beautiful.
They don't have, they don't care.
I'm the new guy though, so that's fine.
Man, you know what? Let me see. That kid, I just found it for that kid.
Yeah, so you're just pretty much just playing SF4 now.